All right, all right. We are back at the podcast today. We are with a special guest, Joe Apfelbaum, from a few companies. He has Ajax Union and every EVIA. So EVAI. So, Joe, welcome to the podcast today.
Thank you for having me on the program. Glad to be here.
You got it. So, you have been in the business for what, 15 years now?
Yes.
And started out with a digital agency doing a lot of work helping small business owners and medium-sized business owners do marketing, do lead gen, right?
Yes.
And now you've kind of taken it to the next level and really gotten into the AI game.
Yeah, we started a company called Evie AI that helps people be able to start using LinkedIn more effectively. So we write posts, messages, all types of stuff for people with artificial intelligence. We have 8,000 people using it in 35 countries around the world.
Wow. And how did you get into that?
Well, they always say if you build it, they will come. So I started building websites for people, but nobody came. So I had to learn how to do marketing. I did marketing. I drove a lot of traffic to people's websites, but they went out of business because they got too much business and they weren't really getting the right type of business. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
learn how to get people the right type of business, and that involved networking and using LinkedIn. People
And
started asking me to teach them how to use LinkedIn. I taught
mm-hmm.
over 1,000 companies how to use LinkedIn, tens of thousands of people. And the biggest challenge I saw that people had was they don't have the time to post. I mean, look at most people. Look at their posts. They're not really posting effectively on LinkedIn, and they're not doing it on a regular basis. You happen to have 14,800 followers or whatever. You posted 5 hours ago. That's great. But the thing is, you only posted one sentence. You could have posted an entire post that would also rank on SEO. Maybe you didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the time to do that. So with our AI, you can just click a button, and within 1 second, you have a post that has a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags all in your voice. So my
Sure.
recommendation is to start using Evie AI so that you can get posts that rank really well on SEO, and it doesn't take you any time to do it, but you have a really well written post.
And are you seeing guys getting great action and activity on these LinkedIn posts?
Yes, when you start commenting on other people's posts, and we have a commenting feature available that allows you to just comment on people's posts with a click of a button,
Mm-hmm.
then suddenly you're able to get a lot more exposure. Most people are not commenting on other people's posts, so nobody's commenting on their posts. But if you start commenting on people's posts, they're going to find your post and want to comment on yours as well. It's almost like a reciprocity thing. So if you take a look at my posts, you'll see a lot of the people that I leave comments for leave comments on my posts.
Mm-hmm. And now with that, how are you seeing? LinkedIn I think is an interesting platform. Like you said, I have 14,000 connections on LinkedIn, almost closer to 15,000. Yet there's some posts that get no activity. Whereas if I go onto Facebook or Instagram, I see much better results with smaller audiences.
That's probably because of the type of audience that you have. You either have people that are not engaged that you connected with. So if you have people that you're connected with that don't log into LinkedIn and are not really engaged on the platform, it's not gonna help to have those people you connected to.
Yeah.
But also it's because you haven't built a real relationship with people. People will be very likely to like and comment on your stuff if you actually take the time to message them and build a real relationship. And then the third thing to look out to is sometimes people post things on LinkedIn in a way that's against the algorithm. So, for example, if you include a link to a post on LinkedIn, then what will happen is LinkedIn will not show that post in their algorithm. So, a lot of the times people will include a link on the post. And also, to tell you the truth, you're not really telling people to engage.
Mm-hmm.
You're not telling people, you're not giving people the fodder. You're not really building those relationships with people. You're like, check out my web design, like who cares? Who cares about that? Like you're not telling your story. You're not sharing information that's valuable to people. You're like, check out my podcast, give it a listen. Like you're basically just selling the whole time. And if you go to a networking event and you're all about yourself and you're all about selling, the chances of you being successful at networking events are very small.
Sure.
Imagine walking into a networking event, just handing out business cards and telling everyone, buy my product, get my insurance, use my services, and then you leave. You're an idiot. That's basically what people are when they're posting on LinkedIn and they're posting content that's not strategic. Then they come across in that way and nobody wants to comment on that.
All right. So are you calling me an idiot today? Just so I know.
I am not calling you an idiot. I think you're really intelligent. but I think you don't have the right strategy when it comes to LinkedIn.
Perfect. I would be the first to agree with you. And I guess that it's my turn to start looking at EVAI to start engaging. LinkedIn is like the last of the, I think the last, like I said, I don't think I have a great presence on LinkedIn, and you're validating that for me. So I will have to start looking at fixing that. But I know LinkedIn in the past, and you have had some problems. You've had some legal battles with them, huh?
Well, there's a rogue law firm that sent us a cease and desist not to use the word LinkedIn on our Chrome extension page. So it wasn't even on LinkedIn, it was on Google. And they sent it to Google, and Google just removed the page. And so we had to put up a new page without the word LinkedIn, instead of allowing us to just edit that page that we had and just remove
Hmm.
the word LinkedIn. But LinkedIn even reached out to us a while ago. We started a company called Social Sellin, and they didn't like the word sell in, like LinkedIn. We were teaching LinkedIn,
Hmm.
and they sent us a cease and desist letter asking us not to use the word sell in our company logo. And so we had to kind of change our company logo and our company name. Instead of fighting LinkedIn, which we didn't have the resources to fight LinkedIn as a startup, we
Hmm.
basically just changed our company from Social Sellin to Evergreen. And so,
Okay.
yes, we've had some issues with LinkedIn in the past. They're very strict about their logos and very strict about their trademark and their word mark and the use of their word and all that stuff. And so, we had challenges, but that doesn't stop us from helping people and making a difference in the world. And so we're not backing down. We're going to keep going, and we're going to keep helping people and keep making a difference.
That's great. And so now, EVAI, how long has that been in existence?
Evy AI, EVYAI.com, is our AI for LinkedIn. We started the process of developing it a year ago. We incorporated the company January, 6 months ago.
Wow. And how's it taken off?
People absolutely love it. We have so many incredible, happy clients from all over the world that are using it every single day and that are just loving every time we add a new feature. We added templates recently, the ability to create custom templates so you don't have to think about what to say. We have the ability to save profiles into lists. So if you want to strategically comment on people's profiles strategically, you can now save people's comment stuff into lists. We're going to be adding many more new features. So people are loving it. We have so many 5-star reviews. We have hundreds of happy clients and thousands of happy users.
That's great. And are you still doing Ajax Union?
Yes, we still have a marketing agency and we have many clients that we service. We do everything from SEO, SEM, social media, email marketing, and all types of stuff. But our main business right now, the business that we're really growing, is Evy AI. We do marketing for some people. We're very selective with who we take on as clients. But our focus is definitely Evy AI.
Great. And now, what do you think for for the small to medium sized business owner? With all the social platforms and all the different AI softwares that are coming around, where do you see that people the professional service guys should be spending their time? Do you think it's on LinkedIn? Do you think it's on Facebook? Where's I mean, it sounds like your effort is more focused to LinkedIn, but what's your perspective across the multiple social medias and places to spend time with when there's only so much time that you could spend on this?
If you only have so much time in the day that you can spend, figuring out where you can get the most bang for your buck is going to be the key. On
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, which is different than Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, on LinkedIn you can see everybody's first name, last name, company name, where they worked before, your mutual connections, and so much more information about them. You can't see all that information on other platforms. So LinkedIn by definition has much more value. LinkedIn
Mm-hmm.
also has more millionaires than any other platform. So if you're looking to do business with millionaires, decision makers, instead of people that are just randomly posting pictures of pizza, LinkedIn is the place to go. LinkedIn is a professional social network. So it's okay to reach out to people and build relationships on LinkedIn. If you
Mm-hmm.
try to slide to someone's DM on Instagram, it's kind of weird. It's really, really weird. And
Mm-hmm.
so LinkedIn is really a much different place in terms of that world. And so I recommend using LinkedIn for that reason.
Sure. And like as you were growing and as you've been sued and you had a cease and desist by LinkedIn, kind of like taking on the grit of some of this. Like, were there days you wanted to just throw in the towel and say this isn't worth it? I can just do my marketing agency, and or do you have a pat? Did you know what made you kind of stick with this and not give up on what you're doing?
I would say passion. I'm very excited about helping people, and I'm not giving up. It's much easier for me just to be able to focus on real estate and investments, not even doing my agency, like all that. But the
Hmm.
fact is, I want to help people. I want to make a difference for people. And so, in order for me to be able to do that, it's not about the money. It's more about making a difference. I charge very little for EVAI. We're charging $29, and we give you unlimited posts, unlimited comments, unlimited messages, unlimited everything for $29. So it's a very affordable solution. And I want to let anybody that wants to be able to succeed on LinkedIn to be able to succeed using the right strategies and the right technologies. And now we're making it accessible to anybody. So it's definitely not about the money. And by the
Yeah.
way, we offer 50% off right now. If somebody wants 50% off, they can get 50% off for the year. So it's like $15 a month instead of 30 if they prepay for the year. We have that special going on now. It's not going to last forever, but that's what we have going on now. So I recommend people that are serious about it to get in while it's still even more affordable.
Sure. And what's the goal you have on the amount of users you'd like to have on the platform within the
A
end by the end
million.
of the million? And then what time frame would you want to have a million on?
The next couple of years, we don't want to grow too quickly because we want to make sure that we're providing the right type of service for people. But in the next couple of years, we'll probably have a million people using it. There's a billion people on LinkedIn, and they're actually growing really, really quickly. LinkedIn is growing at a rate of 3 new members every second. And the goal that Microsoft said is that they want to have 3 billion people on the platform. So I definitely recommend getting on there, learning how to leverage it. And if you do that correctly, you're going to be much more successful.
Sure. Makes a lot of sense. So 1 million against a base of a billion, and if they go to 3 billion, I mean that just there's a lot more opportunity for your users to see value in it. And as you now rolling out enhancements, do you have how are you doing that, or are you just picking what you think is the most valuable right now, or how's that
We have a community. We have a
okay.
community. So if you go to school.com, skool.com/EVAI, we have a community and we have hundreds of our users in there and they're giving us feedback. They're telling us what's working. They're telling us what's not working. They're telling us what they'd like us to add, how they'd like us to improve. And so we're listening to our users. That's essentially how we know what to do.
Sure. It's great. So what other things do you want to let our users know about the program so that we can make sure that as people listen to this, they know what they should be looking for, doing, taking advantage of right away?
Have you ever heard of a top voice badge?
Yes.
Most people do not have a top voice badge on LinkedIn.
Okay.
We give you the ability to have a top voice badge on LinkedIn, which means now you can get that top voice badge with a click of a button by leaving your perspective on 3 advice articles every single day. You do that for a few weeks and you will get a top voice badge. So that's another feature. We have the ability to send out connection requests. Have you ever sent out a connection request to someone on LinkedIn and you asked you for a note and you're
Yes.
not sure what to say in the note? Well,
Mm-hmm.
we'll write up that note for you. We'll write up a custom note, which will include context, which will include why they should accept your connection request, and which will include a customized with their name and with what you have in common. We'll also help you write recommendations. If you want to get more recommendations on your profile, you got to give people recommendations. How many recommendations do you have on your profile right now?
I don't know. Um, I would say a handful, not many.
Yeah, most people have 1, 2. If you're lucky, you might have 3. If
Mm-hmm.
you're lucky, you might have 3 recommendations. You have 0 recommendations on your profile.
Oh, look at that. I don't even
If
have
you
a
want to be
handful.
successful in today's day and age, you got to get more recommendations and endorsements. One way to get recommendations is to give people recommendations. So maybe after this, you'll go to my profile and you'll give me a recommendation because you can only give recommendations to your connection and we're connected. And you might say, Joe gave me a lot of value as a guest to my podcast, and I'm really excited about using Evie AI. He's whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you can have Evie AI even help you write that recommendation for you so you don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. And it's really professional how it writes it. So leaving recommendations is important. I see that you've given a recommendation
I've
to this
given
guy
two.
named Joe.
Yeah.
What?
I've given 2
Yeah, to
recommendations.
Joe and to Cliff, but you've never gotten any. So what you need to do is you need to ask people for recommendations if you want them. One way to ask is to say, "Hey, did you get value from my services?" And they say, "Yes." Say, "What did you love most about it?" And they say, "Well, I love your web development and I love your mobile web design and I love the way that you did it." And then they're going to be like, "All right, great. Would you mind leaving me a recommendation on LinkedIn?" They'll be like, "Sure." Then you go to their profile and you make the request. Technically, you got to go into the profile, hit more, and then hit request recommendation and write the details of what they told you in that request. And then they're much more likely to leave you a recommendation. Then you can follow up with them if they didn't.
Perfect.
But you can tell them to use EviAI to leave the recommendation, so it's much faster for them. I
Mm-hmm.
have over 500 written recommendations on my profile.
Wow. Joe, it looks like I got to spend more time here. Every time I come here, I have more invites. I have 244 people that have sent me an invitation to connect in
To
some
connect.
way. If it's a page,
Yeah,
if
so
it's
if you're not logging in for 15 minutes a day, you're really missing out, especially because you have so many connections. My recommendation for you is to export all your connections into a CSV file, put them into
hmm
your CRM, and start analyzing your connections. We
Yep.
do this for our clients. We sit with them and we review their connections. We also enrich your connections to turn them all and grab all their email addresses and send them an email saying, "Hey, thanks for being connected with me on LinkedIn. Would love to get to know you more. If you're open to listening to my podcast, let me know. Or if you'd like to blah, blah, blah." And then you can segment your connections by lawyers, by doctors, by CEOs, by business owners in different industries. And you can have a lot of fun creating custom niche lists. And you can use artificial intelligence to help you do all that.
Perfect. So we're going to have to sit down and talk after this podcast because I'm definitely going to want to look at how we can do this and see how we can really take advantage. Again, I know that I've had these 14,000 plus connections for a long time, and they've grown over the years. I mean, as you could see, they didn't all come to me yesterday, but I definitely, as a small business owner, I need to spend more time here and start working this, because I think you're absolutely right, and I think that your platform is a great place to start with this.
Yeah, and we also offer classes. So if you want to learn how to do all this stuff and you're not sure how to do it, the shortcut is getting a mentor and a coach and someone to guide you. So we have classes twice a month where we teach you how to do AI automation and LinkedIn automation, and we teach you how to do all this stuff. You're probably
hmm
very technical if you're a web designer, so you'll catch on very quickly on how to do these things yourself.
Yep. Cool. That's great, and I'm glad that you do offer these classes, because a lot of people could definitely take advantage of them. Even if I took advantage of it to start, and then we figured out how to do it. But I mean, there's a lot of customers I know of mine that don't have these technical skill sets where you'll be able to help them. I see that you're hanging out on the monkey bars today, huh? On
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
definitely hanging out on the monkey bars, having a great time. I love hanging in there. I love hanging upside down, and I love stepping back up. If I ever fail, if I ever fall down, I always get right back up.
Yep. You're an inspiration on LinkedIn. I see that you post. You definitely utilize the platform, and even that post, I see you have 19 likes and 37 comments and 2 reposts, which is great to see.
Yeah, there are some people that have millions and millions and millions of likes, millions of followers, but they have only a handful of people commenting. So that's normal on the platform. For example, have you heard of Bill Gates?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Do you know how many followers he has on LinkedIn? Can you guess?
I
More than 10.
It's got to be a huge number.
What give me a number. How many followers do you think someone can have on LinkedIn? 5,000, 10,000, 100,000,
I would
200,000,
say
a
he's
million?
got 35 million followers.
You're right. 35,300,000 followers.
Wow, that was a good guess.
That's the person with the most followers on LinkedIn, Bill Gates.
Okay.
He has 76 comments on his most recent post.
So it's a lot of people that just follow him, but not really following him.
They are following him, but they're just not interested in leaving a comment on his post. But I just went and left a comment on his post, and now he has 77 comments on his post, including mine. But
Nice.
I clicked a button to leave a comment. I didn't actually write anything because I'm on a podcast now. I just pushed a button and it says, "Bill." It's
Yep.
inspiring to see how innovation in neglected disease R&D is really making a difference. This report is a great resource for understanding the tangible benefits of strategic investments. Thanks for sharing.
Yep.
That's what I said. And most people write, "Great job, blah, blah, blah," whatever, just a bunch of
Yep.
BS.
So
But I wrote something that was, my
your
AI writes
AI
a
is
valuable
helping.
paragraph.
Yeah. It's great. I think that I love what you're doing. I think it's great. You're a leader in this industry as with helping businesses do this, and I think more businesses should take advantage of this because they'll see the benefit of it, myself included.
Yeah, we also teach AI every month for 3 hours a month. Our AI program is called the AI Business Development Circle.
Hmm.
And in our AI Business Development Circle, we teach 3 hours every single month of many, many, many AI technologies. So if that's something you want to see an example of, and you can include this as a resource under the podcast, it's evergreen.com/AI circle, EVYRGREEN.com/AI circle. We have a 3 hour video, which is a replay of our monthly session there that you could watch for free. And if you want to join all our monthly sessions, we have a monthly fee to join, but we have an example there that you could watch that you would get a tremendous amount of value from just watching that 3 hour video.
Great. I will definitely add that into the podcast notes, and I will also listen to it myself to get some value out of that, and then we can look to connect on that on a monthly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sounds like great things are happening. It sounds like you're going to continue to, expand this network. I love to see it. I love that. I love to hear the great things you're doing. I get inspired every time we talk because you're definitely way ahead of me on the AI side of the house, and I want to catch up to you so that I can be more valuable to our conversations. But we'll get there. Any other thoughts on the grit of what you're doing and how you're doing it and overcoming obstacles that you want to leave the guests with before we sign off?
I would just say, the right strategy will save you a decade. Most people are spraying and praying. Have a
Mm-hmm.
strategy. That's really the key. And get someone to help you with your strategy. At Ajax Union, we help people create strategies for LinkedIn. So if you want to check out our strategy, you can go to ajaxunion.com/blueprint. We have a video that explains our strategy process. And if you're interested in signing up to a blueprint, just message me and let me know that you're interested. If you want to see a demo of Evie AI, you can send the word demo, DEMO, to the following phone number, 973-841-8868. When you send the word demo to 973-841-8868, my AI will respond with a demonstration video. And it's going to be a link to a post on LinkedIn that has the video on it. So this way you can check out my LinkedIn profile as well, and you can send me a message letting me know that you heard this. Once again, the word demo to 973-841-8868. Watch that video, like the post, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the demonstration video. And I'm looking forward to adding value to your life. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. All right, Joe. Well, this was great, and I appreciate you taking the time to chat. And I look forward to great things and continuing to be in touch.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me here, and I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.